The All-Star starters in the NBA All-Star Game has been released, and of course I'm going to cover my thoughts within amongst so we'll start off with the Western Conference. As expected, it is going to be Team LeBron James for the fourth season in a row. As we're looking within the backcourt, you do have Steph Curry, very deservingly, starting as your point guard when it comes down to it. As the other backcourt member, pretty shocked on my end, but Luka Doncic did finish over Damian Lillard when it came down to it. So I know a lot of people and myself really wanted to see Damian Lillard pair with Steph Curry, deservingly, but Luka Doncic got the vote over. So basically, how it worked was Damian Lillard and Luka Doncic finished with the same weighted score, which is 50% fan vote, 25% player vote, and then 25% media vote. So Luka finished number 2 and Lillard number 3 among fans, which decided the tiebreakers. And the media and players voted Damian Lillard number 2 in the backcourt, but the fans voted Doncic second, pushing him into the starting lineup. Damian Lillard right now is on the top 3 when it comes down to MVP race. You're looking at Joel Embiid, LeBron James, and Damian Lillard. So pretty much as expected, we would love to see Damian Lillard as a starter, but came down to fan vote. It is what it is. So Luka Doncic is starting alongside with Steph Curry, and the Dallas Mavericks have had not a good season, a losing record. Portland Trailblazers number 4th in the West, so would have been nice to see Damian Lillard. I've been talking too much into there. As you're looking within the front court and the other 3 players, you do have LeBron James, of course, as expected. You do have Kawhi Leonard, as expected again. And then Nikola Jokic, who's fighting for the best big man in basketball alongside with Joel Embiid. So the starting 5 for the West is pretty much around 85% to what everyone was pretty much thinking, either Luka or as well as for Damian Lillard. So it is what it is on that side. Again, the only problem I do have is I would have put Damian Lillard over Luka Doncic, but you have fan vote and you have all the others. It is what it is. Jumping into the Eastern Conference side of things. So when we're looking into the front court, and you do have the 3 main guys, it is Team Kevin Durant. You do have Giannis Antetokounmpo and Joel Embiid than those 3 players. Now, personally for me, I would have loved to see it to be Team Embiid, Team Joel Embiid, and not Team Kevin Durant. But when it comes down to number 1 in voting, which Kevin Durant won, I guess that's how it works. So that's the problem I have on within that side. But KD, Joel Embiid, Giannis deserves to be those all-star starters. There's no question within that. Pretty much 100% of fans, TV pundits, everyone is already down with that as expected. As you're looking into the backcourt, Bradley Beal got in. Much deserved for him. I know he has a losing record, one of the bottom teams in the Eastern Conference, but he is averaging 35 points. And if you're going to put someone over him, who are you going to put? Zach LaVine, Jaylen Brown? I don't think that's going to happen. Jaylen Brown did have a good case, but that probably would have been over like a Kyrie or someone else. But Bradley Beal deserves it over. To kind of go a little forth into my logic of things, the only reason why I would put Damian Lillard over Luka Doncic within that scenario is because Damian Lillard is number 4th in the West, top 3 in MVP, and he has success. CJ McCollum's out, Nikola Jokic. Damian Lillard is proving a great season. So the reason why I'm cool with Bradley Beal being as a starter is, who are you going to put over? Who are you going to put over him? I mean, you could possibly make a case for Jaylen Brown. Not really a case for Zach LaVine, but within that, Bradley Beal's averaging 35 points a game. That's unheard of, all-star starter status. So I'm cool where that's at. As a point guard, Kyrie Irving is within there. Some people have thrown in possibly James Harden in that case. Listen, James Harden had his circus within the first couple of games with Houston, missing some games, not playing as well, and then being shifted over to the Brooklyn Nets to where he had an adjustment period. So James Harden deserves to be an all-star, but not an all-star starter. I'm fine with Kyrie Irving starting. It's not a big deal for me. Jaylen Brown, now, he was a bubble player of pretty much bubbling either to be a starter or just a reserve player. I'm fine with him coming off the bench. It's not a big deal. But you got to remember the fan votes when it comes into this. So Kyrie Irving, pretty much by default, has to take that point guard slot or just pretty much that guard when it comes down to it. So you have Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, KD, Giannis, and Joel Embiid. I'm fine with that starting 5. I picked that starting 5 for my fan voting predictions and all that. And then a week later, I thought maybe Jaylen Brown probably would have deserved it over Kyrie, but Jaylen Brown just didn't get the big brand name when it came to fan voting. which is 50% of votes. So it is what it is on there. I'm pretty much cool with it. I definitely wanted Damian Lillard to be a starter. That should be no question about it. And in the East, I'm pretty much fine with that lineup. Not a big deal for me, but I'm going to make another video with the reserves predictions and as those are going to come out. But hey, let me know what you guys think below about the East and West starters. What should have been, because everyone's all over the place when it comes down to it. But let me know what you guys think. We'll cover more.